sure they'll come back.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We're going to have us all face merge. From here, we're going to have us in a third foot position. And we end up telling you to get into a third foot position, but nobody really explains why. The reason why you want to end up being in the third foot position is because when you're moving, you want to end up having your knees and your thighs, guy or girl, come together. So as you're doing your tango close, the knees and the thighs come together. Especially when you're going into like a closed body contact later on. When you're going into that step, you're not going to have your legs completely closed, but you still want the thighs going in as you're dancing there. And that's going to help. Especially for the lady when you're doing pivots like your palm nuts to left and palm nuts to right. As you're doing that twist, you want the thighs in so that way you're balanced over that step and move back. So, with that being said, we have our third foot position, right? And we're going to end up starting off going forward. Now, we're still going to end up picking it up. I'm going to actually have everybody point this direction. So we're going to profile. So from here, look to your left. Notice that my heel comes up. You can't see it at this point. My heel is going to come up, and then it's going to. So as I'm dancing this, I'm going to pick it up from the heel, or pick it up from the knee, and then move into that next step as I'm dancing. Any step that I move, I'm going to pick up from the heel and then step through the heel.
Oh, it really is part of the ski first walk stuff.
Exactly, yeah. You literally want to think like you. When you see a cat walking, it literally shares the same look that we're going for in the same. We're literally, instead of peeling the foot off the floor here, we're literally making it so that way we are taking the heel up and then it moves. Taking it up, then it moves. So the last thing to actually come up off the floor is your toes and your ankle. Or your toes on your waltz or your foxtrot or your Indian waltz, right? You're always making it so that way your toes come up and then you move, right? But this one, you want to pick up the heel and then move it up. Now, here's the biggest thing. How high is high enough, right? It's a really good question. Glad you asked it. When you're dancing this, it should only be able to go over a pencil.
Your toe or the heel?
The heel. The heel. Because the heel's going to come up, and then from there, well, yes, the toe, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the other day. As you're dancing this, you're picking up just the toe. Just high enough. And then from there, you're literally going to make it so that the heel starts to come down and actually take a step.
So, after the step, when this foot comes, should it be coming to a heel? Have a tendency to just keep it as a toe, like that.
Okay, yes.
It's okay to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're going to want to, whenever you're going forward, right? Yeah. So there's stalking walks, right? When you're dancing, guy or girl, as you're going back, you do the same thing, right? Does that make sense? So yeah, we're moving, we're picking up the heel first, and then going forward. Heel and foot, heel and foot, heel and foot. Literally like a cat would walk, because as they walk, it literally let that, what would it be, their toes of their paws, right? At the front of their paws, kind of scrape across the floor, come off the floor, and then they step. That's the same thing that you're trying to manipulate, or you're trying to do here. So we're picking up the heel, then we're up. The main question is why? Some ridiculous person made you do this. The reason why you do this is because you you are supposed to pick up things. You're literally supposed to pick them up rather than constantly keep contact on the floor.
Okay, so even though on the forward step, this toe can drag forward until it essentially gets underneath, at that point, it comes off the ground.
Exactly.
Okay, and now when you're going back, how does that work?
Because you're going backwards. You're literally going in a banking so way your toe hits the floor.
Yeah.
You get the heel to come up off the floor.
Okay, so the toe isn't dragging back here?
Exactly, because you have to end up picking up the foot, right? So as you're doing this, you're bringing your heel up off the floor, and then from here you're peeling the foot back, right? Because you place this foot back there, you're peeling the foot up, and then from there you're literally taking the weight off that foot in order to move it back.
Okay, so it's not a matter of the toe, striking out, dragging along the floor until it gets to here and then going up.
No. Okay. You still want to end up picking those toes up.
That's going back. Going forward, though, you can.
If you're going back,
I'm sorry, go ahead. If you're going forward, though, you can drag the toe in.
yes.
And then pick it up. Okay, so that is different.
Yeah. But if you're going backwards, I almost think like if I'm going backwards, I just walked into a meeting. All the big ones. Everybody's there, right? Every dance coach I could possibly think of. I walked in like I owned the place because I thought the room was empty to practice, and all I see is like 100 eyes staring at me. So what am I going to do? Backing up, closing the door,
Pretending it didn't happen.
exactly. And you start running. It's literally what I want you to think of.
Just for backing down the stairs when I call him.
Exactly.
I've never seen a dog go backwards down the stairs.
Really?
He was coming upstairs, and I went,
We had trained him not to go up these stairs.
so he knew he wasn't supposed to come
But
up the
it's
stairs.
thundering outside.
So it's like,
Scared.
Oh.
You want to company.
Oh no.
oh God, I'm in trouble.
Yes, just like I want you to test it. Oh man. Is it Chester?
Chester was never up.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dog walk backwards down the set of stairs either.
It was the funniest, it was like, oh my God.
It's the exact same thing, yes. In that case, yes. From here, your dances, again, thighs are coming in, right? And the knees are kind of coming towards each other, so that as you're moving back, you're still able to end up keeping that footwork dynamic, right? And making it so you bend a little bit more to your knees, but as you're going backwards, you can really reach back with that foot. Remember, you want to get the heck out of that room, because everybody just turned around and see. If you move out of there quick enough, nobody's going to know you. Who is that guy? Now that we're going forward, it's almost like we're going to sneak up once, right? That's it. So as you're going forward, same thing applies. More backwards, right? Now, one thing that I don't know if you guys are noticing when you're doing that is that you're on one foot at a time. In your foxtrot, you're on 2 feet at any given moment. You're on 2 feet, right? It's very unlikely that you're going to end up being on 1 foot in your foxtrot or all 2 feet. In Tango, that's the case all the time. Every single step you do, right? You're constantly on 1 foot, right? There's no gliding into the next step, right? You're constantly on 1 foot, on the next, on 1 foot, on the next. And if you notice, the best way to be balanced on there is to not necessarily go straight forward. You want to literally, if you think of two tracks that are really close to each other, you want to get onto one, you want to get onto the other. I'm exaggerating this so that way you can see it, but this is literally what I do with every single Tango step that I do. I'm literally going from one track. What's that?
Otherwise, you're doing the model stall.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, now you gotta turn right. Bam, bam, and then you walk back. Yeah.
If the bee fish, you got it all.
Exactly. I'm not wearing a muffler or a wig. So they're doing this, but literally, if you use two of these plants, it should be enough. You get one foot, and the other, and the other, and the other. Back. Now we really are moving like the cat, right? So we're going backwards, we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to end up finding the two planks. We're going to kick that foot back, push off. Make that foot back, push off. Back, 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 back. We've got 2 planks. That's it. Yeah, good. Now, it's just as important to go forward as to go back. I did every guy's step, and I aced that one. I ended up going to do the ladies' parts. I couldn't go backwards. You know, it just seems like it would be something easy for guys to do because we're on 5 shoes. No, it's not. So always practice doing everything. If there's walking steps involved, try going backwards with it too. Or forward as a lady, right? So we get really acclimated to how it feels.
So it's way easier than that.
Oh yeah. It will be for a little while. Especially in heels. So as we're going forward now, let's try our progressive rock. So as we're doing our progressive rocks, we're going walk, one track, walk, the next. Now from here, we're going to go on to alright, so our left foot is our A track, our right foot is our B track, right? We're going to get onto that same B track and go rock, rock, and on our second rock, we're leaving that heel up, and then we're going to go back onto A track, walk, as we take a walking step forward, right? We're progressing our rock. Now from here, we're going to go into another rock with both feet flat on the floor. Rock, 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 then tango, close. So as you're dancing, you are literally going to go from 2 tracks to 1 track, and even in that time, if it wasn't difficult enough, you're going to keep your heel up as you're doing that first rock. So we're going to go 6, 7, 8, we're going walk, walk. We're going to get on the same track. B track, heel up, A track, B track, A track, B track, then tango, go, close. Oh gosh, I'm teaching you the guys part.
I know, but it's the first time I.
For the lady, when we're doing this, the same thing applies. You've got your 2 tracks, right? We're going to go back onto our A track, back onto our B track. Now we're going to end up swinging that right foot just behind the left. Rock, rock, back, then rock, rock, back, then tango, close. Yes. And as you're doing this, you should literally feel that on the first rock, on the first rock, we're going to end up taking really tiny steps because we're all twisted up. There's no way that we can keep a bigger step, right? Without injuring yourself. So as we're doing this, we're going walk, walk. Now we're going rock, rock, step, rock, rock, step, tango. So that's the goal that we're going for. So literally make it where we get on 1 track, leaving the heel up high angle. And the reason why the girl has to is because the guys are doing it, right? So you're being able to follow everything. Now,
So like over the shoulders that I will get that knee.
yes, Because as you're doing this, you're going into your walk, rock, 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 walk.
It's only on the first rock.
Only go on the first rock. 5 yes. 5 above. It's literally as you're dancing. And that's the thing too. We try to do certain things at certain times just so we can think about certain things. You know what I mean? We hone in on those 2 walks, 2 tracks, rock, 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 right? Where it's happening just having the heel come, right? And then from there you start to work on the same track and having the heel come. Then you're working on having it so that way it's flat, right? So there's different layers to how we end up teaching this, but this is literally 5 above in every single technique you could possibly get. Please probably told me these things.
I'm going to ask you something that kind of blew by me. When Bart asked you, how am I going to get that lead if my heel doesn't come down the first rock? You know, and he said it's through the shoulders. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right, through my shoulders. She's going to know that I'm not putting my heel back down. How does that work?
Is it really the shoulders or is it just keeping your weight forward?
Well, you have to keep your weight forward and you have to turn your shoulders. The reason why you turn your shoulders on this specific step is because you're going into your contra-body movement and your contra-body movement position. The contra-body movement is through your shoulders.
Okay.
That twist in your foot or in your shoulder is what gives you that contra-body movement. Most of the time,
Okay,
when
so
you
I'm
have
going
your
to
contra-body
twist this way when I step it. I don't have the same plank.
exactly, yes.
Just the opposite way.
Exactly. Your contra-body movement
And then
position
under
under the
the
foot
foot
position.
back to the parallel.
Exactly, yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Now, because you are twisted up, you have to end up taking a smaller step. There's no way for us to end up getting further out as a guy. We're going to take a really small step. Now, we also, like you said, you're right. You have to keep the weight forward so that way when we're doing this rock, or what is it? Our left foot doesn't come up like it would normally. Rock, rock. If I was to do that, now my foot's off the floor, and now I'm going to be unbalanced, right? If I have a heel, or if I have a heel, yeah, I have a heel. As I'm doing this, I can make it so that way I can continue all the momentum going forward as a guy and backwards to the lady if I do keep my heel up. Then rock, rock, rock. On the second one, believe it or not, the second one should be a harder one than the 2. But at this one, we haven't really done the right movement or movement position. So that's the reason why it's going to feel more good. But try to get it. 6, 7, 8, we go walk, walk, rock, 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 walk, tango. One more time. Walk, walk, rock, 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 tango. Good. Not bad. As we're dancing this, make sure that you're doing this. Let's do this. As a guy, I'm going to have this face through there. So get this. I'm going to have you bring your arms straight up. From here. As a lady, you can do this too. You'll end up doing them forward. You'll do this later on in your runs. But as you're doing this, I want you to take your right shoulder forward as your left foot is forward. And as you're doing this, you're going to get your weight onto that foot. And as you're doing that, make it so that way just the toe comes up, or just the heel stays up, right? As we're doing this, we're trying to counterbalance our legs. Now from here, make sure that you're taking your body to your left, rather than just the arm to your left. So as we're doing this, make sure that you're literally going to twist the body, right? Through that spine. So as you're doing this rock, rock, walk. Rock, rock, walk. Right? Doing this from here, I like to end up, most people say to end up doing it No, it should go forward on your right shoulder. So you're doing this, what I usually do is I put my thumbs right on my shoulder to feel if it's actually gonna move. Because if it's just the arm, it's a different feeling. You'll see your elbow forward, right? So as you're doing this, you're just gonna go rock, rock, walk. Twist through the body to your left. Rock, rock, rock. Try this now. As you're doing this, twist your body to your left. Then take that step in front of the body. Now rock into your back step, back, and walk forward with that third step.
On the third step, go back to the
step. Like you're stepping forward. Yeah. So as we're doing this, we're going rock, rock, rock. Actually going to progress that rock on the first step. On the third step, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, but we are going back off of the line of track.
Exactly, yes.
And the shoulder is going to come back to more square.
Exactly. You have to unwind it. Yeah. So as we're doing this, we'll go walk. No, we'll turn our shoulders to let's do okay, twist to the shoulder. We're going to go into the first rock. Rock, rock, then unwind, then rock, full step, then go forward. Yes. So now that we've gone into our rocks, how the rocks differ from each other and differ from other rocks, now we want to progressing that last step forward or backwards, right? Because the lady, it's the same thing. So we're doing this. How you guys do it? So from here, we're going to walk, walk. Now from here, we're going to start to twist our left shoulder back as well to get that foot to go back. Rock, rock. Walking step back, then rock, 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 rock. Walking step back, and take, go. It's the same exact thing as they're doing. Because when they're taking their right shoulder forward, technically their right shoulder would be here, right? Which means that our left shoulder has to go back and our right shoulder goes forward as well. It's weird, right? So from here, if we were to go on the right foot, taking right foot back, it's weird to do, right? Wait a minute.
I'm very independent. In fact, I don't have to think. It's his job to do that.
Well, as long as you got a good frame, you should feel that twist in the body.
Glad you appreciate that.
This is a very unthinking activity for me.
Really?
So right now, I follow better if I don't engage my brain. Like try to.
Let's think about this. Something you can't think of. Sorry, am I in the right dance position? Is my partner's shoulder lined up in the center of my
Well,
body?
yeah, that's how I do your head left.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
that frame and shoulders. And
Yeah, that's good. Now which direction he's going to go?
But otherwise, if I think anything about this, then I
Exactly. Then you're both leading, right?
there.
Okay, so Danny, on the progressive thing, first rock comes over, but stays up. And then this is a little bit more of a step forward.
Exactly.
But it's not in the same place. It's over, stepping over. And on the second one,
It's almost going to kind of be like a diagonally forward step.
okay, but then on the second one, you take a step. Does this, when you're taking the step here, does this trailing foot, does it stay in its place?
Yes.
Or does it come a little bit forward for that rock? Before the, coming out of the rock goes more forward?
I would have it stay in the same place that it's at, where you're actually going back, then shoot forward.
Okay, so
it's almost gonna
the
be
second
kind of like
step will be out, you know, after the first one, where you're going out, and then step.
Walk, and go.
Okay, so the first step after the first step into the second rock. Should it be a big step or can it be a medium step? You know, since you're obviously going to have to go farther on the next one. The same left foot position.
I don't want to say that it should be bigger or smaller. What I will tell you though is, as long as you are rocking more through that second rock, you'll be fine. So you can make it any size you want on that second rock here.
Yeah.
You can make it big or small. The main thing is to go from here
All
to
the way
here
back
and then forward.
and then forward.
Yes. So as long as you have the full, as long as you have a full range of motion through that rock, where you're literally rocking all the way back and then go all the way forward, it doesn't matter how small or how big it is. As long as you get that portion.
So it's like winding that.
Exactly, yeah. Literally, yes, exactly. Let's give it a shot again. We'll try it again. So from here we go 6, 7, 8. We go walk, walk. Start to turn, guys. Rock, rock, walk, rock, rock, walk. Tango. It's just like the first rock. Right, so we're gonna go.
So we should go back to parallel walk. We should be back to straight forward on the second rock step, on the first step.
Yeah, so the first two walking steps, there's none, right? From here, we start to turn the body into that rock, rock, walk.
Either not a
Straight
straight
in, right? So we're going
Which
rock,
means
rock,
We're actually walking without walking the
because it's not
like the third step of
the
the
third
first
step
walk.
of the first rock.
Exactly, yes. So we're going walk, walk, we start to twist here. Walk, walk, 1, rock, step, and then you go. Okay, one more time. Exactly, right on the line. Exactly. Huge difference. This is gonna be the main, literally, we lose something more than a lot. Okay. And then from there, I was going to place with this. So you want to create
No, it's just when I take that step forward and I haven't, you know, either done my shoulders or I take the step just straight forward, it's like, yeah, go back, you know, might as well start over again because it's room. You know,
or something going to be not doing especially. Any questions about that?
I feel like here.
We're always in the wrong spot?
No, no, not in the wrong spot. In a way.
Oh, in a way.
Stand by the
Like,
box
it's
office.
always bumping our feet up, not necessarily sitting down.
No.
Well, to me,
No.
Constantly brushing my.
Are you guys in body contact at this point?
Our thighs seem to be. I don't know about anything else.
We've been working on.
Did Cam do
Like right
do
now,
this?
Yeah.
no. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now, it would have been so long ago, I can't
It was
remember.
the first week of this, and then we started.
She did start getting his.
Yeah.
Oh, the arm thing, yeah.
Yeah, this spring.
Yeah.
So that you guys are, your bodies are touching?
We
Our
got,
thighs are touching.
Close contact.
Close
Yeah.
contact.
Okay, yeah.
Since you're doing this now, I want you to take your shoulder back. Now,
talk about
this joint, this joint, this joint. With the base joint, the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder, the guy and girl. Now from here, push inward just a little bit there, push out like this. So when you're in a position, you lock it in place, and now start moving.
Okay, so like right now, you know, her thighs are so close together, they're squeezing my thigh. And I feel like there's no place for my foot.
Well, the thing
Let's
is,
see what happens. Let's see what happens. So here's a step.
you know what's happening? You're stepping just a hair behind them, or just a hair in front of them, which is a result. Your foot is on the floor, and then his foot steps.
Okay,
Just
now,
a little bit. You
I'm not going straight back, is that what you're saying? I'm not,
Yes.
okay,
You're stepping just a
I'm-
hair too soon.
I need to wait more.
Exactly. So if anything, lean forward just a little bit through the top and really kick those feet back from the lower back here.
Okay.
Right? As you're dancing, I want you to think about not just moving from the knee, but literally thinking that not even your hip joint starts here, but it starts up here with ribs, right? So as you're moving, you want to feel full stretch,
Okay.
right? So that way you're really kicking that leg back.
Okay.
You're moving, right? And I'm exaggerating it by keeping the right foot up here. I don't want you to do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're doing this, you just want to make it so that way those feet go back, right? Exactly.
I might have to make
Really
it go back. Good.
Now, as a result, you're noticing your body's coming forward,
Yeah.
and you have to kind of balance that, right? So I want you to lock in your center, and I want you to keep your weight forward, so that way the heels can bounce off the floor, then kick back. Kick back. Yes. Exactly.
This is that zip I have to pop. Can you hold it out?
It's difficult to do going backwards, even with these kind of heels. I don't understand how you guys do it with heels, like really. But we're really glad that you do, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they walk.
I'd be like falling over.
Well, that's why these are as low as they go.
Good call. Now from here, with that in mind, again, keep the weight forward, really lock in the joints and keep the shoulder back. Yes, all right, good. 6, 7, go. And you go, close, that's it. It's better.
Okay.
Now, and that's the thing too, the thighs coming together is not going to be possible to do unless you're in open contact. The thighs coming together is more for you're in body contact right now, being in a normal frame. You know what I mean? So it won't technically happen. Think of this. We're in close contact, right? You're going to palm that. From here, we're going to walk in. This is where the thighs can come together because we're not actually connected yet. And close. You see what I mean? It's okay. But as you're dancing that, it's not, the thighs coming together is going to be more on pivots then. Because you're
Then-
body
Okay, you're talking about each individual thigh coming together.
contact. Yes. Yes, your thighs come together as God. Your thighs come together as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you're doing this, but on that step as a guy, we're going to usually be open because we just twist it. As a lady, though, you have the option of having those thighs come together because you just came out from a thrown out position to a closed position. So you just change dance position. That's the reason why you wanted to do that and pivot. Right? Which is the next step.
Maybe.
On this one, should this leg go straight or should it be a bent leg to propel ourselves?
Thank you. Because you're always trying to say.
I'm trying to figure out, because We want to be on a flat foot there, right? We want to put our heel down, right? So we want to put our weight all the way over that foot on the rock step. And then push ourselves. Okay.
Walk.
I know the right one. Yeah, I just got to put it down.
Then again, if you have a hallway at home, or if you have the garage open or available, right, you can always have a car in there. If you pull it up, these are places to practice this. You literally, you put a mirror at the end of the hallway, right, and you're going to rock, rock, walk, rock, 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 walk, rock, rock, rock. Girl, the same thing. Rock, rock, walk, rock, 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 walk, rock, 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 right? Where you're literally doing that. Once that gets comfortable, then start tending to patting those shoulders in, right? Rock, rock, walk, rock, rock, walk, rock, rock, walk, rock, rock, walk, right? It is a very, very specific way of doing it. Trust me, I pulled my hair out. That's the reason why I don't have it. It was that step. It's steps like that. It's just very precise on how to do it. If you do it that way, there's no questioning you're doing things at all.
Yeah, I need to do this crossing before I can go to the shoulder.
That's okay. It's completely fine.
I like that little exercise.
But read this. Every rock is quick, quick, slap, right? Quick, quick, slap. Quick, quick, slap. Quick, quick, slap. Quick, quick, slap. So you can do this over and over and over again and keep telling yourself what your actual takeaway is. That way it's not quick, 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 right? Or slow, 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 right? You keep that same cadence going. Walk, walk, right. So you're working on the walking side. Good, yeah. So you're doing this. Try this. If you're doing this, you're dancing this. Go to a profile. What you want to do is sit as tall as you possibly can. Then get your chest over your shoulders, or chest over your ribs, ribs over your hips, hips over your knees, right? Then here, lean forward, then bend into the knees, so that your body kind of pitches forward from the knees. You're going to have a little bit of bend from the knee, right? Okay. You're going to almost kind of
align.
So you align,
And
then
then
there, go forward, then bend that way the hips, the hips start to kind of fold on your hips. Think of your
You want
glutes
the
kind of
pelvis.
coming. You want the pelvis to come. Yes, you want the pelvis to come, right? But you want to do that with the knees bent, right? So now that your body's going forward, and you're easily able to bounce the heels off the floor, now you can start moving. Right? Yeah. That helps it. Yes. Yeah. And just having, that's the thing too, everybody talks about the core and the core and the core and the core. But the core is only one portion of the whole body. I think of tightening up my lower back, I think of tightening up my abdomen, my obliques. I think of every single muscle I can possibly tighten throughout my midsection. So that way as I'm moving, or engage. I don't want to tighten, but engaging it. So that way I don't just rely on the front section because there's still the sides, there's still the back, right? Now, granted, the back it's more work than the front does, because if you don't use those muscles and you let it kind of, your nose is not normal, If you let it all hang out, then you're going to end up having really tight lower back by dancing, especially if you're reaching back. But if you tighten everything up, every single muscle around the body, and you start moving that way, you'll notice it's a lot easier to move. Yeah, it's really efficient to end up moving that way because your body's already in the right position, right? It's kind of locked in. I've never gone into this much detail. I love doing this. Just to let you guys know. Good. Kim and I rock, paper, scissors for technique class every single week, and she always beats me. Every single week. Come on. Rock, fix. Fix. Buster.
I actually adore technique. It makes everything easier.
The nice thing about Tango too is it lower the floor, so you have a better center of gravity.
Oh, I think you think the most of our fault.
That's exactly right.
Well, that too, right? Whoa, right? Remember, whenever falling, act like a loose spaghetti noodle, just drop, right? Never fight it until you get this right. Oh, man. So as we're dancing, it's just keeping that lower center of gravity as we're doing this. We're end up helping you and making it a little sharp. Right?
Yeah, that keeps me so much more balanced.
Yes.
And this dance, I always felt like my.
I know. A lot of people do, and I try to explain it to them. Some people just don't hear it, though. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of making it that way. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, if you lock up the muscles around the center of your body, you're set. Because you do that already when looking up. Nobody really realizes it, but there's only two spots where you could technically two spots where you can really lock your neck and your stomach, right? Because if you buckle your head, you're looking down. We do that all the time when we first start dancing, any kind of dance, right? And the next spot is your midsection. If you engage all those muscles around your midsection, when you move, you can really move, right? Because now it's all locked into place. Everything's holding you up. There's so many more muscles holding you up. It makes it really efficient to move through a dance, right? Same thing with your neck. It just takes less time with your neck. So all you have to do is look up, right? We've all done this before, right? Does he answer that question? What happened in 1876? Over and over and over again. Don't know what you're doing. You better get out of your way. I'm just kidding. No, serious. Yeah, exactly. All right. You guys have any questions for me?
No,
Is that enough?
lots to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might not have.
We're not getting acceleration.
No, what we're getting is character. And that's the thing too. There's so many small things every single step. I love studying Tango. everybody dislikes it because you're only working on one specific dance. But tango to me is, that's it. This is all the drama and the passion, right?